start tagging people. Boop. And Bruce. One of these days I'm going to accidentally start typing in 2 trains and it's not going to find him. I'm going to be very disappointed. I'm going to realize that's not his name. Boop. Oh, oh, there you go. Okay.
Hey.
Dude.
Whoa. What up?
Not that much. Tagged everybody. Let's see, let her know.
Hey, did you see Andy Reid just retired?
Yeah, okay. Yeah, don't.
I'm just playing, just playing.
Oh,
I just knew that.
I already know that.
Don't get my emotions going like that.
It's too early for that shit. I know it's 8 p.m., but man, I'm going to need you to rein it in. Behave yourself.
I had to mess with you.
Oh, someone has to, my God. No, I'd heard something like that early this morning, and I was like, so I'm like, look at it, like, please, no, God.
But no, that's like a topic of discussion right now. Like, everyone keeps saying that they think he is.
Well, and the thing is I know he's actually made a public announcement already saying that he's not going anywhere, but at the same time, it's like, I'm absolutely petrified at the prospect of losing him, or for KU, I don't want to lose, we can't lose Bill Self. Like, so I'm just like, no. 2 Kansas teams, 2 Kansas coaches can't do it.
Hey, how you doing?
Hey.
So that is our 4th co-host, Queso.
Queso.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry, grand champion Queso, right?
Yes.
So respect on his name.
Yes.
Respect on his name. All right, let's see here. Now we're just waiting for.
I thought Bruce was on.
Oh, hold up. He is. He sent me a request. Sorry, had a moment. I was like, I don't know where I'm going, George.
What's up?
2 trains.
Oh, we got Caleb on here.
Yes,
Hey, I heard you say that. You said you was gonna put 2 trains in there, but 2 trains in there, but you realized that was my real name.
Yeah,
I
one of
heard
these
that.
days I'm going to be thinking about it because I think about it every single time, every time. And one of these days I'm actually going to start typing it and being like, oh, that sounds stupid. Oops. But yeah, so everybody, Cristina.
yes.
Cristina.
Yeah, absolutely. So I know that she and I already caught up a little bit kind of on our own and everything. So we're probably going to have her, kind of talk about the same stuff for just a split second, obviously, when we have her introduce herself. So Cristina, one of the first things that we like to start out with is not my dog Growl, like chastising the cat because she's out of his reach. Young man. Anyway, so typically we try to let you introduce yourself to the viewers. Just start with your name, your kennel, and then what got you into bullies.
Oh my gosh. Wow. It's a long time.
Oh, I know you've had a long career.
The first time I saw a bully, I was living in Georgia. This is in 2013.
It's a good time for it.
My husband had a friend. They went to school with Nathan Lehman. They own Grand Champion Castro.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know you is.
Heard it, yeah.
And
Heard the name.
in Peoria back in 2013 or so. And we was there visiting some of his friends, and then I saw a bully, I saw Grand Champion Castro, and that he just blew me away. And I was like, I need to get one of them dogs. I mean, I ain't never seen nothing like it. I saw pit bulls, but he was just his head. I mean, he was just an amazing dog to see. And maybe like a year later, I ended up buying my first bully from him, Grand Champion Castro daughter. And then from Georgia, I had like maybe 4 bullies. We ended up moving to Cali, and then I lived in Cali for a few years. And that's where I met Kiera and all of them, like Bistro.
Mhm.
I bred to Toro. I don't know if you know who Grand Champion Toro is.
For the
Oh,
name.
yes. He's the standard picture on the ABKC, the black tri.
Hmm.
And I bred to him twice, and I grew. Most likely, I started in the West Coast. So I was showing in the West Coast, and that's where I got Ivy from No Limits. That's the one that produced Chaos, Grand Champion Chaos.
Mm.
So my
Good
girl
line.
Ivy is half sister of Chaos. So when we decided to move back from Cali, we moved back from Cali all the way down here to Florida. Nobody knew me, even though I was already showing, but people from the West Coast don't come to the East Coast to show.
Right.
And you don't know each other, but I was like, I had a few dogs, but that's how I started long time ago. And then I got to Florida and I started going to the Georgia shows, and it was a wrap. I've been showing since then.
Oh yeah. I think I honestly feel like I have never been to a show that you haven't made an appearance at or perform, like handled at. I literally don't know if I have.
This is how I see it. Me being a woman, and it's harder for us women that represent the kennel by themselves with no kennel partners, with no clubs, no part of any group.
Right.
You have to work 2-3 times more than a man. I don't want to sound like it's sexist, but
Oh no.
it is.
No, that's
So
on point.
the only way that I could prove my dog's worth was for me to show and win. So that was my goal. I'm going to show up, I'm going to show with my dogs, and as I go and grow and keep on winning, people are going to start to see who is that woman,
Yeah.
Hmm.
and where she coming from and what's their dog's name, and that just keep on pushing. Sorry, that's my Frenchie screaming.
There is something about Frenchies that like they make sounds that don't
He's
that don't
dramatic.
dog. They don't sound like dog. It's the wildest thing. They sound like they're screaming.
They are. They're bad. But then, I showed bullies for a few maybe for like 7 years or so.
Mhm.
And I wanted to have a smaller dog. I wanted to have a Frenchie.
Yeah.
And then how I have a friend, and he said, you gotta go to Chris White's and get you a Frenchie. So this is like, I would say like 3.5 years ago. And then I went to Chris and I said, I need a show dog. I want a dog that I can get in the ring and win. I don't
Okay,
care if I
gotcha.
have AIDS, but I just want to have that dog, that special dog. Just don't give me just anything, I mean, I can wait. And it took me about a year. And then he called me. He said, I got a puppy for you. And that was a wrap. I took that one dog and I bred him, and I kept every puppy out of every litter, and I grew, and I titled all my dogs, and all the dogs that are living in this house, they're all grand champions.
Wow.
God, dog.
How much?
Same.
Say it again.
What's your quickest span of champion one out? How long did it take you
2
to
shows.
champion dogs out? 2 shows?
2 shows.
Wow. Grand champion.
To champ that dog out.
The champion.
To
Yeah.
champ a dog, maybe 3 shows to grand, depending on the quality of the dogs. When you have a nice dog, you're gonna win.
Yeah.
I'm not going to win thinking I'm gonna lose. I'm not gonna take a dog that I don't believe it has what it takes to win.
Yeah.
So if I'm gonna show up, you better believe I'm bringing something nice.
Yeah.
Bringing some heat. Oh yeah, she's not walking in there with no train wreck. I've never seen her with a dog that isn't that isn't worthy of a title. Never. Like she's got that like bar set, and she's very staunch about it, and she should be. I mean, with your accolades.
I mean, we all want to win, right? It's a competition.
Sure.
Yeah.
It's a
Yes.
sport. And when I go in the ring, everybody say you never smile. You're always so serious. I'm there to do a job.
Yeah.
I'm
Oh,
trying to win.
Oh
But,
yeah,
I mean,
it was one of those things where I was talking to oh gosh, I want to say I was talking to Rolando Mata the other day, and I mentioned how like I was going to have you on the show and everything. It's like, oh man, that's one of the hardest workers. Like she is, man, she is in it to win it. Like she's strong. And I was like,
I
yeah,
will drive
great.
hours to the show and come back just to make sure I get to that show.
Oh yeah, oh yeah, and it's what I find so fun about watching what you do is that you are having fun. Like you may be like, yes, you're doing, this is business for you. You're, you got your game face on when you're in the ring, but before you even get in there, you have got this vibe with all of your dogs. You can see it in all the videos that you post. You can see it, like I've seen it personally with every single dog you've ever handled in the ring, including the ones you've produced. Since I know that you campaign a lot of your productions as well.
Yes,
Um,
for clients. I mean, if somebody buys a dog from me, and they want a show, I will make sure the dog's title because my
Nice.
name is attached to the dog.
Yes.
So
absolutely,
they winning,
absolutely.
I'm winning. So it's always they're gonna be my priority. Even if I have a dog that I'm showing, my own dog, they will come first. So say per se, oh, I have a puppy that I want to show
Yeah.
based on so in a class dog, and my client say, hey, Cristina, I have a puppy the same age. I will put my puppy in the back to wait, and I will show my client dogs because
Wow.
they are priority to me
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
they trust me for me to do the job. So I'm gonna put my effort in the dog. I know I will champ my dog out. So I have no doubt in my mind, but I want to make sure they get their dog champed out too.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. And it's just like you have, again, even if it's a dog that's like it's your production, and you don't see this dog every single day. It's not one of yours. Like there's a vibe that you're able, like you have 100% focus with them. They look at you like you hung the moon, and there's just this. You're having an immense amount of fun. They're having an immense amount of fun. It is hysterical. Like, and then as soon as you get in the ring, it's just like, duh. And then they're on point, you're on point. It's like you guys both have a switch, and they flip on at the same time the moment you get in the ring. It's hysterical.
Yeah. Look at the dog in her arms right now. Like that's love. Like he was snoring while ago.
I know.
Almost
I sat there and I was like, did somebody burp or is that a snore? Is he still snoring? He's just sleeping on the job. What a terrible fourth host he is. We're just not going to have to invite him back. He's just not doing it for me, man. His audio visual is definitely loud.
That's true love right there. You can tell that you definitely care about your dogs every time you enter the ring, and then taking the client's dogs and putting them as a priority. That just shows your morals and just really how you are as a dog person in general. So respect on that.
You know, you're building a program.
Mhm.
You're building a program. You're not just building it for you. I'm building a program for everybody else. I want us to be a team. You know, their progress is my progress. Their dogs are a reflection of where they're coming from. So if even people I don't know, dogs that are not mine, you know, people that trust me with their dogs, I just want everybody to win, you know? I just want everybody to win. But when the dog don't meet the standards, I will honestly say, I don't think this is the dog that should be in the ring. You should get a better dog, or I won't strand somebody alone giving me money for a dog that is not gonna do well.
Oh,
I like
I
that.
Yeah.
first
At least,
want
hey, at least you
Yeah.
straightforward. That's how a lot of people need to be,
yes. I mean,
instead of just lead somebody on.
a lot of people will take their money and then
Yeah,
just lose money, you know, and
that's right.
I just don't feel that that is the right thing to do, in my opinion. I mean, if I feel like the dog is worth the title, then yes, I will show the dog. But if I not, I would be very, very nicely say it, like very tasteful, like I don't think it meets the standard, and
Yeah.
I don't want you to waste time. I think you have better dogs. You can come up with a better dog, and then just we can go from there.
Yeah.
People need to hear that, and this
Yeah,
is a
that's right.
conversation we've had on here on multiple occasions. Is the judges ask you to bring better dogs, and so and you want them to obviously do that as well, not just for for your sake, but also for the breed. Like, we need better dogs, and I think that's great that you're willing to say what needs to be said, even obviously, as tastefully and cordially as possible, but at the same time, you say it, and
No,
that
because
takes courage.
they're paying you their money. I mean, it's not cheap.
Yeah.
People travel, you spend gas money, hotel money, food money, dogs food money, uh, you name it.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of money. I spend around $700 a weekend.
Yeah.
Just get to the show my dogs, and come back. So
Jeez.
people spend their hard-working money. You don't want. I feel it because it hurts my pockets. So I don't want somebody to like just. I feel like I be like robbing them if I just take their dogs. I don't know. It just don't feel right.
No,
Yeah.
I'm good for it. That's a very ethical standpoint, and I'm on board with that. I'm very supportive.
Absolutely.
I do have a question. Out of all the breeds that you have shown thus far, which breed has been your favorite, and why?
The French cheese. My police are beautiful, and they're doing great. I never show bullies. I bred them, and I was very critical because when I started it, the breed was up and down, and you will breed nice dogs and you get a shitty litter. And I was like, oh my God, I don't know what I'm doing. And then you have to go back and breed to another dog and you get better dogs. It was so inconsistent that I didn't
Yeah.
want to show the dog because I feel like if I want to show a dog, I want to be able to stand out. So when I went through Frenchies, I felt like the breed was more, it's a established breed where
Mm.
it's not that room where you have to work so hard to get that show dog.
Yeah.
You just gotta make
Yeah.
sure you get to a good breeder like Chris, and you get a nice male, you get a nice female, and most likely you will have a consistent litter because the breed is just more consistent.
Yes, it's been
For
established far
100.
longer. Yeah.
So Frenchies are easy. My bullies carry a lot of drive. They are dog aggressive. I'm not lucky. All my dogs carry a lot of drive, a lot of prey drive. They don't like other dogs, and they're powerful. So showing one of my bullies to me was always like a nightmare because they were so strong and they be pulling me around like I was a toy. So I was like, I need a smaller
They're
dog.
respectful.
Romeo makes me look like a toy because he'll be biting my fingers, and I'll be like, he'll be trying to bite the dogs in the ring. And I always say, I'm a dog, but I'd rather have a dog with a lot of drive than have a dog with no drive that you have to drag around the ring and keep
Yes.
down. And you don't want to put the head up. My dog is confident. He'll walk in the ring with the head up, and
Yeah.
it's like, hello, what do you want me to do?
Yeah.
He's just all over the place. And I want that, but it was harder for me to handle a bully than it is to handle a Frenchie. That's the only reason why I went to Frenchies, because it was easier to train. They're way smarter than bullies. And they're fun. They're
They're
dogs that
people.
carry a lot of personality, and their health is not great. We know Frenchies are not the healthiest, but if you breed them correctly, you can have pretty decent
Oh yeah.
health.
Oh yeah. That's why that's what selective breeding is for.
Yes.
Try.
You also do shorty bulls.
I do. I have one shorty bull, but that was just, I wanted a shorty bull because I just thought I heard they were healthier than Frenchies. They can run and do a lot of things that Frenchies can do, like they handle the heat better than the Frenchies. So I saw Alta had a litter, and I fell in love with one of her puppies. So I told her, I'll keep her, I'll show her. You don't have to pay nothing for it. I'll campaign her, I'll make her grand, but I don't want to breed.
Yeah.
So all the breeding falls on you. You do the C-section, the whelping. I just want to have the opportunity to have the dog, and she was
Yeah.
more happy to.
That's
Hey,
awesome. That's a Laura, yeah?
Yes,
How far is she
hey,
from
I want to ask you a question.
yes.
How do you feel about hairless Frenchies? Before you say anything, I seen one at the show finally at the ICBR show this
We all
weekend,
saw it.
and it had a little hair on his head like a little mohawk. It looked like the Jeddah from Star Wars. You know that little thing that Jeddah? I think his name was
Yeah.
Jeddah. I really didn't like that for opinion. Like the skin of the dog, it looked like it was like wrinkled and it was really rough to touch. I think I can't do Frenchies like that. I mean, what you think about that? Do you like that?
No, I mean, first of all, that's not a Frenchie. That has to have so many crosses that the Frenchie is lost.
Yeah.
I mean, you have to take the hair out. You have to take, I mean, I mean, you have to shrink them down because they come from the Chinese crested, the Mexican dog.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And um, I, Frenchies are already established.
Yeah.
Just keep the Frenchies like they are.
Go.
Stop trying to make a different breed out of them. First of all, these are not the healthiest dogs. Like
Right, to
Right.
begin with, right.
they're not. They have problems with the breathing. They have problems with the spine. They suffer from a lot of heart issues,
Mm.
eyes issues. I mean, you name it.
Yeah.
All the things that can go wrong with a
Yeah.
Frenchie. Now,
Mhm.
if you add the fluffies to the line, these dogs by itself can regulate temperature like a regular dog. So you adding all the hair, it's most likely your dog's gonna have a heat stroke because you adding something that is already not good in the dog. So my dog can go in 100-degree weather outside.
Yeah.
Now add all that hair to it.
Yeah.
It's already bad enough for a short hair. Now you adding all the hair. How is the dog gonna cool off if already has a problem regulating their temperature?
Right. Yeah.
You recommend everybody to stop doing that. If you want a Frenchie, just get a Frenchie and make sure you get a standard Frenchie. Stay with the breed like it's supposed to be. Stop trying to make money or it,
There you
you
go.
can make money having standard Frenchies. You know, I mean, you don't need to
Yeah.
go colors. You don't need to go hairless to make money. If you're a good breeder and you carry your line good and you prove and show and have grand champions, you will sell your puppies.
Yeah.
Mhm.
There's no need for all of that extra cross.
Right.
Hey, I want to ask you another question. Do you think the market is over flooded with Frenchies because it's a lot of Frenchies? It's a lot of people that sells Frenchies. It's a lot of people that breed Frenchies. Do you think they, like overpopulated? Because some people they are in it just for the money because they know they can sell. They really not in it for the heart of it. You know what I'm saying? So do you think the market is like flooded?
I mean, it is in a way. And a lot of people ask me, do I have problems selling my puppies? Is your program hurt by the economy because it's so many people selling Frenchies for like
Yeah.
$1,000 or color
Yeah,
Frenchies, for like cheap money now.
yeah,
But to be honest with you, I have people on waiting list for years,
Wow.
at least
that's
2 years.
good.
I haven't had any problem selling my puppies, but I think it's because I work so hard.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
That
Yeah.
people go to the shows. I'm always in the show. They're always talking to me. They're always seeing my dogs winning. So
Yeah.
it helps my program to sell. Maybe for people that are not in the show career, maybe hurting by the economy because they don't have a way of exposure,
Yeah.
marketing. But I haven't had a problem, and I'm grateful and thankful for it. I mean, I hope it stays.
That's good.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I mean, the thing is, I mean, you and several other, handfuls of breeders, Chris included, obviously, in this sense. You guys are, meticulous with your breedings. You're ethical, and you put yourselves out there. You show, and you create great litters with great legacy. So obviously, yeah. I mean, it's one of those things where it's just like when someone says, "Hey, I'm interested in a Frenchie. Do you know anybody who sells any?" I'm someone like me is going to be like, I have 3 people you should see, and those are the only 3 people you should see, and that's it. Obviously, you being one of them. So it's like I know where I would send people just because that's just the way it is. I did not know you had a 2-year waiting list. Now I feel bad because I'm like, oops, you'll have to wait 2 years.
Why a 2-year waiting list is because I had breedings that I wanted to happen. Like I wanted to breed Violet to Walter last year, and she didn't took. So there is people that are breeding, they wanted puppies like that, and I offer different puppies from different breedings, but they just want that specific breeding, so they're willing to wait until I repeat the breeding.
Nice.
So that's how they get in the line for that long.
Yeah, they believe.
Well, if I could get a Frenchie that's doing that, I mean, there's nothing. I deal with energetic like they don't get me wrong, they nap like the best of them, but at the same time, like when they're awake, and it is the worst. And so I'm sitting there thinking, like, that's what I want, that right there.
This takes time, though. I mean, every dog, it's a lot of work, and you gotta gain the trust. And once the dog gains completely trust, then the dog relaxes.
Yeah. I got a question. So you said that you only take the best in the ring, which is a great thing to talk about. We talked about this new the show quality, breed quality, things like that. How important is that to your program and the success of it to selectively bring just show quality dogs to it? And
it's important. It's everything. It's everything to me. It's everything to me.
Yeah.
I mean, that's why I'm breeding just because of that. I'm not breeding to make money. I'm breeding to make the next wow factor, undeniable dog that you will have to pick my dog because ain't no flaws.
There you go. Yeah.
But that's I believe this is the goal for most breeders that I know. I mean, our Frenchie community that goes to the ABKC are wonderful. I mean, and Chris and Jenna and I mean Charla and Diane. I mean, there is a lot of people that breed some beautiful dogs. I believe myself that ABKC has some of the best Frenchies out there.
Nice.
Okay, when you see that class, you don't see shitty dogs anymore. I mean, you see some nice dogs. I mean, the judges a lot of times say, "Wow, this is a really nice lineup."
Yeah.
That's where I want
You're
to be. And that's what I want to
You
be.
told me bring better dogs. I took it to heart. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
This is what we're supposed to do. Help each other out. Just breed to try to. I breed my dogs just because I want to keep on showing. That's my.
Yeah.
I'm addicted to shows.
Yes.
I
Hey,
need
we
to
got
create that dog.
I'm sorry, we got a question by Matthew. He said, what other registry do you show your dogs in
I
besides
show
ABKC?
AKC. I don't show UKC at all. I don't like UKC. I show ICBR, I show BRC and USBR. Listen, I show my dogs wherever they're able to show.
Yeah.
Okay?
I'm into that.
Why? Because the most exposure my dogs get, the better my program. Because there's some people from the ICBR, they will never go to the ABKC. And so for any reason, I don't care. I'm a people person. I'm gonna have a good time wherever I go. So I want to bring my dogs to any shows. If you have a new registry, I'll come and support.
Yeah.
That's
I like it.
some people do like to just stay in one registry, and that's okay. No judgment, you know what I mean? But me, I just want to go everywhere.
Yeah. Another chance to showcase your dogs, to showcase your program. So
Yeah.
another platform.
And even
Yeah.
if I feel like it's a lesser registry, yes, and the judges are not that good, yes, but I'm still winning because I'm
People
gonna
seeing you. Yeah.
I'm gonna meet new people, new clients, new friends, new family. You never know who you're gonna meet. But if you restricted yourself to one only thing, you restricting your program to just I want everybody to know me everywhere.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's
absolutely.
that.
Hey, I think you open up a can of worms. Adam said, "Why you don't show UKC?"
Oh, shit.
Okay.
Oh,
See, the problem with UKC that I mean, this is I don't want this to
Yeah.
be drama. I don't like their standard for the bullies. I feel like they are not what the American bully should be judged for. Like when you see a bully in the ring, you have to be able to say that is an American bully. No, is that a pit bull? Is that a staffy? You know, I wanted to have that judge that's gonna judge my dog by the standard. But a lot of UKC people judges are more into the classic dogs, which is okay. But if I bring Romeo, he won't win.
too big.
Yeah.
He's too big.
Too
Oh,
overdone.
Yeah, too overdone, too big.
So why would I show my dog in that registry if I know they're looking for
Yeah.
different things
I
when I know in my heart
got you.
they
Yeah.
that's not what the American bully standard call
Yeah, it's
for.
truly, it is truly
People,
counterproductive depending on
that's
the dogs. Yeah.
people. It's not about the people. It's not about the place. It's just if I bring my dog, it's not gonna win because they're gonna say it's overdone. Even though my dog is not overdone, but for them, they're looking for a smaller dog.
Yeah.
Bruce,
I feel like they need to go
dark.
to feel like they need
Huh?
to go to some
Definitely.
education shows and learn more about the standards.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, and that's that was one thing I remember telling a lot of people was that the only way that they're going to basically be forced into a corner to actually start really judging by the standards is if literally we mob on them with breed standard dogs, and that's all they have. Like if literally we're the only ones that show up and we just come in droves.
You ever have that feeling that I feel like, I mean, it might sound wrong. I'm sorry, but I don't feel welcome when I bring a dog like my dog in the UKC.
Yeah,
I feel judged, like I'm bringing an exotic dog.
Yeah.
That
they're like, what is
makes sense.
that?
Like they be looking at like, why is that dog so big? You know, I mean, like, and then I
Yeah,
feel like,
that
oh, I
dog's
wanna.
fat. I'm like, he's solid muscle. I don't know if any of you have ever actually seen Champion Romeo. He is astonishing. Like he's very well balanced, solid dog. Good mass, good bone, handsome young man. Handsome young man. But it kills me because I know for a fact that
He
yeah, if
never.
she took him to the UKC, they'd say he's too big, he's too overdone,
Yeah.
and they wouldn't even entertain him. And that's
I can
crazy
bring my
because
French,
he's pretty standard.
but I
You
don't
said the
know. I think the BRC, the ICBR are more for the people, you know, like
yeah.
old time type of registries where you get to talk.
Oh,
You
yeah.
go to a UKC and it's so uptight. I don't know. It's just
Yeah.
not my thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. I do like a lot of those other registries, just like you said, like the BRC, USBR, ICBR. They're more of a relaxed environment, and so yeah, you have more opportunity to actually like converse with people, and you don't feel as this like transactional, I guess. So
Yeah,
yeah, I feel you on that one for sure.
that's the only reason why I don't go UKC.
Yeah. No, hey, AKC, I remember at this last show, I was standing behind you and Candy, and you were telling her a story, which was very entertaining about the AKC show you went to. And I think you said there was like 26 dogs in the Frenchie class.
72,
How many?
72,
I'm sorry.
Oh my.
72 Frenchies in the class.
Yeah.
5 or 2 were class dogs. And I was about my dog getting the first place, and I was feeling like even if I had the third place, I feel like I just won the best in show.
Yeah.
That's what I
Oh,
was
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, that's
In a
right.
stacked
No
class
doubt.
like that,
Oh,
even just getting in the top 25 would be nice. I'd be like,
Ah,
yeah.
ah,
So 72 entries for that show in Brooksville, and
Mm.
65 of them were females, class dogs. So it hard. AKC is just another animal.
I,
yeah.
Don't shake your
Great.
hand either. You go in there, nobody looking at you. Don't shake my hand because they don't want to shake your hand.
Really?
Then people won't even look at you. I mean, there's some nice people, but they don't shake
Yeah.
hands.
Oh, yeah.
hey,
Oh, man. Yeah.
do you have a dream of showing in the Westminster?
No,
No.
No, no.
I mean, I feel like
Hold up now. You don't think you can compete?
I think I can
Oh,
compete, but
Okay, okay, okay. All right, okay. I'm just wondering now. I don't want you to crawfish on me.
no, no. See, this is what happened. When you're trying to compete for Westminster, that just is, if I show ABKC, I've been on the top dog for the last 2 years. I run all across the country. I know how much work you have to put in to keep your breeds up.
Yeah.
Ain't nobody can tell me nothing. I've been there. Now, you say I want to compete with Westminster. You know how much money I need and how much work I would need to put in to be there?
Oh, I didn't. Hey, I didn't know.
And their shows, let me tell you, them shows are not one day. These are clusters. You have to stay away from home for between 4 to 2 weeks at a time.
Ah,
And you
Bad.
show
Oh,
only one time a day. Why? Because then you have 40 rings with 40 different breeds each day. Nobody can show 4 times in a day. You have too breeds to show one day. I can't afford it. I mean, I
Yeah.
would love
It's a
to,
bit
but
much.
I mean, that's a
I,
lot of
I, ain't, I, ain't, I didn't know it was like
wow.
that. I really didn't.
That's a lot of money. Then people is, every time you pay a handler in the AKC, they charge you $100 just to walk your dog in the ring. It's $100 every time. I mean, they make good money. Handlers are well paid in the AKC, but I don't have that type of
Yeah.
moolah.
Right, exactly. I ain't doing that well. God dang.
I
Oh, yeah.
would love to be in the Westminster, but then you have to have some deep pockets for
Yeah.
that.
And a lot of
Man.
sequins. A lot of sequins. You see some interesting attire in some of those shows.
Yes, yes.
So they're just like, I can't tell if I'm supposed to be looking at the dog or you. Oh my God.
A lot of old people too.
Man.
I
But that's
Yeah.
I grew up on it. Like I remember watching that every year. And then like it's just one of those things where that's where I kind of like got my passion for dogs. I bought all the reference books, all the breed, books, all of it. Like I've been doing that since I was a kid because of shows, like the Westminster. And then there, the movies that come out. I don't know if you've ever seen Best in Show. If you haven't seen Best in Show, it is
I ain't never seen it.
it's essentially it's a parody. It's a comedy. It's a parody of a show like Westminster, and it follows like five I think, dog owners and handlers preparing for this big show, and they all have a different breed, and they're all different like types of groups of people. So it's wild and it's hysterical, and strangely you find that you relate to a lot of the things that these people do, because you're like, oh my God, that's me.
these AKC shows
And
are
it's ridiculous, but Best in Show, you got to watch it.
you can bring your RVs and people stays in the place for days because they have these beautiful RVs where they live pretty much the whole year round with the dogs. And I just it's beautiful, but I want to get there. Maybe in 5 years, 10 years from now.
There you go. Yeah.
Save up a lot of money. Oh man, yeah. At that UKC show the other, or actually just the other day, it was this past Saturday and Sunday. Like, yeah, there are people out there camping with their campers.
Yeah.
Like, and you just walk up and it's like, oh my gosh, like I wonder where, it makes you wonder like where these people are from. And it's not even just that they're, I mean, they could be from Georgia.
Retired, trying
Yeah.
to spend their money.
They live
Yeah.
in those, they live in there. Like this is
Course,
wild. It's neat.
life, and now they're following their hobby. They're following their dream.
That's right. Yep.
Yes. Hey, I have a question. All right, so you've been on the West Coast, you've been on the East Coast. There's always been a debate about, dog quality, things like that. I know it's just a big rival, but is there a difference between West Coast, East Coast? Is there some dogs that you've seen that you've really liked on
Right.
farm?
Yes. Yes. When I live in the West Coast, you can walk. I mean, everybody has a bully. You walk by somebody else's backyard, you ain't never seen on Facebook. They have the best dog you ever seen it. And they're not even in the show.
Yeah.
Okay?
It's their pet, it's their baby.
Damn, they got some nice dogs. They don't even show or breed.
Yeah.
The West Coast is where the dogs come from. Okay?
Yeah.
I mean,
You-
I know the
You're right.
years they have going to more an exotic look. In the West Coast, you don't see a lot of standard dogs. You see more like, the Miyagi heads. I mean, but it's everywhere. You will see a nice dog everywhere. Like here, you see a nice dog in a ring. Over there, you see a nice dog that has never been in a ring everywhere.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's insane.
Hey,
I was telling you, oh, go ahead.
This is my own personal opinion when I was living there,
yeah.
From the people I got to meet there, they never show that they have bullies. And I was like,
But you have nice bullies. I don't understand. What do you mean?
yeah.
Yes. Hey, so I think your whole house is full of grand champions. That's what you have. You have dogs, grand champions.
I have Walter. Walter was my first Frenchie standard dog, and I keep a puppy for every litter. So I have around 15 Frenchies. They are either champions or grand champions, but 80% of them are grand champions. I have probably 2 or 3 that are champions that are on their way to grands, and then a few puppies that will come out to title. And all of my dogs will be titled in my house.
And that's where I was getting at with the picks. You said that you keep a pick off each puppy. Tell me about your picking process, when you pick it, and then also your training process. Start that.
I don't do my picks by myself. I usually ask Chris to guide me and help me with every single litter I do. And he'll come to my house and we'll go over the dogs. And he will put their hands on the puppies and we'll study them, and he'll say, this one can go, this one you could keep an eye on that one, and we'll revise, we'll look at it in 2 weeks from now, and that's a better dog. You should keep that one. That can go at home.
God.
Yeah.
And
To have someone like that in your corner, oof,
Yeah.
man.
yes.
The importance
I
of
don't my own dogs. I'm humble enough to say I need help.
Yeah, I love it.
You got way more experience than me. Just help me to make the right choice when I keep my puppies, because my goal is to have more grand champions.
Yeah, I mean, and this is something that has been mentioned on multiple occasions throughout, several interviews that we've had, that there's just people that are afraid to, they're afraid to ask, for advice or help or anything like that, because they're afraid they're going to be judged for it. You should know that stuff by now, It's like not really.
Who should I breed this dog to?
Yeah.
Right. Never be afraid to ask, and you got to be.
There. See, all my dogs come out of his lines, right? So he has done breedings prior me that has worked. It has done breedings prior me that hasn't worked. So if I'm gonna do something similar, I want to know how did it turn out.
Yeah.
And
Right.
this breeding and this blood did really well. This is the dogs that came out of that breeding. You should do the same. So then I just kind of follow the footsteps. There is nothing wrong. You have to have somebody that knows more than you to be able to grow.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't want to know it all. I don't know nothing. I'm looking after, what I mean is like I want to have somebody over me that is helping me to grow
Yeah.
instead of me saying, "Oh, I know what I'm doing." You don't have to tell me
Yeah.
nothing.
Yes.
My dogs are good and blah 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 blah.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, and that's very, and it's such a, it's a way to keep yourself humble. I mean, because I mean, truth of it is that you have the experience and you have the wherewithal to make those picks, but it is exceptionally handy to have someone in your corner who literally will validate that and just be like, yeah, absolutely, this, like this one, that one, or this one, and deep down you probably kind of already veered that way anyways because you've watched him over the years.
Yes. So if it works for him, why wouldn't? It's the same with bullies. People have forgotten that you can have two beautiful dogs, breed them, you can have a shitty litter.
Mhm.
But you can find somebody with the same bloodline. They have bred two dogs. They might not look the best, but they have some beautiful puppies.
Yeah.
Figured it out what works.
Yeah.
And that's how you gotta study, what blood works with what blood. People just go by looks, but you just gotta go, but try to ask somebody that already did it before. Did it work for you? How did your puppies turn out?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I don't know how new people breeding, but that's how we used to do it back then.
Yeah, you wait till those dogs have productions that are grown, and then you're just like, okay.
See, oh, that blood works really good with that blood. So that's what I'm doing
Yeah.
with Chris. He's like, that blood works really good with that blood. You're gonna have some consistent puppies, and that's how I go with my breedings.
Do you have a favorite stud as far as American Bullies are concerned?
Romeo, he's my favorite stud out there.
Now I know that he's sired a litter or two, correct? Like you've bred him? No, you haven't bred him yet.
Never, because
Uh-huh.
I was like, I want to make sure he's a grand before I breed him.
I like it. Now you do, however, have an American Bully litter on the ground, right?
I have a litter of blue. Yeah, Grand Champion blue. I have a litter in the ground.
Well, puppies are looking pretty stacked.
I know.
They're boned up. I was like, I just remember like I want to say it was a picture you posted today of one of them. I was like, Louise.
They're beautiful.
Oh, we.
So I bred Romeo's mom to blue, but you gotta understand, my female's mom is Chaos half sister. They have the same dad.
Mm-hmm.
My female's mom and Chaos are half siblings.
Nice.
Chaos is Blue's dad.
Oh,
My
that's
is
right.
daughter.
Mm.
So what I did is I
Doubled up.
line bred,
Doubled up.
and then I'm hoping for the best results.
They're looking pretty good. I, they're looking very promising. I'll definitely tell you that much. The thing is Chaos blood from my understanding. They continue to mature and evolve. Like they're not like once they get to a certain age they kind of just stick there, or they mature so quickly then they start declining. Like they just continue to just get better and better and better and better.
Have DAX in it. You gotta understand, Chaos blood has no DAX in it, so it has a lot of razor edge. Like my female is, I believe she's 7 times Remy back in her pedigree. Why my dogs carry so much drive, because even though it's generation behind,
Yeah.
shit sticks. Okay. Every time somebody gonna get a dog from me, I say, you better be ready. These are not lazy dogs. They will jump. They will chew. They will be prey. You better know that you're not getting a lazy bully.
Yeah, keep this mother sucker busy.
They need a lot of work, but he's not.
One of our friends, Adam, he's saying that his dog is snoring in tandem with Queso.
Oh God.
It's his
He's getting some.
for sure.
But this is my last bully breeding that I will. That's it. I'm not breeding. Yes.
Wow.
I'm out from the bullies. I'm trying to focus on my Frenchies and just be a really good, solid program. I still believe I have beautiful bullies, but I still believe that we have a lot more learn and grow within the breed. That it's just a lot of work.
It is a lot of work, especially when you're trying to do the right thing. And
I've been doing this for 10 years, and I'm only on my fourth generation. You know how many times I had to breed to get to that fourth generation?
Oh
And
yeah.
I've seen people that start yesterday, they have 7 generations. And I'm like, how the hell did you do that? How did you do that? I'm on my fourth generation. How you have 7 times this, 7 times that in like 2 years? You kept everything.
essentially, yeah, they kept everything.
I did breed
Oh,
it.
man.
I didn't like it, and they all had to go because I was like, I'm not keeping a bully that is not gonna, move me to the next level.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
it took me so many breedings to get to where I am today.
Yeah.
But I feel like we still have a lot to grow, and I just want to focus on my little. I mean, my OG bullies will stay here forever. I'm not the type of person that can just home my older dog. So
Yeah.
I made a commitment. So this is my life. I have multiple dogs, and they will stay here until their last day.
How many breedings do you normally do a year with Frenchies?
Well, last year I did 3 breedings. This year I done 1 so far. I just bred a female, and I have 2 more. It's around 3 breedings a year.
Okay.
It's not bad. I mean, there's small. There's
Absolutely. Like breeding. I want to know too. I probably know the answer to this, but I want to ask you: what's so important for you to have that grand champion title before you breed your dog?
everything.
Why is that?
Everything. Everything. If I'm not breeding for greatness, I'm not breeding that dog.
Yeah.
I want to breed to the best of the best. So that's what I'm just, Chris, it's like, we got to make sure these breedings are phenomenal.
Yeah.
I don't want mediocre, low quality type of breedings. So I bred to Mateo twice. I bred to Nico. I have a Nico son. I have Walter. And I have Megatron, which is another Mateo son, because I'm trying to incorporate that blood into my Walter females because I have like 5 daughters. So
Who's Mr. Gray off of?
Gray is Walter's half brother. He has Walter's mom, and he's of Nico. Nico is Smokey's dad. Smokey was the #1 Frenchie last year.
Nice.
So
Nice. Yeah, he's a beautiful, beautiful dog. I mean, all of your Frenchies are beautiful. I lose track, but like, yeah, you were showing pictures of him because you were trying to pick a stud.
Yes, definitely. But breeding to me is just I'm trying to keep something out of every breeding.
Yes.
Gotcha.
And you talked a lot about breeding, line breedings that you do. How important is line breeding in just you parts? Like, you're very selective with breedings. How do you select that mate for your dog, and what's the importance of line breeding to you?
Oh, I only did 1 inbred. I bred Grand Champion Autumn to Walter, which is his daughter, back to him, because I felt like they were exceptional structure-wise. She was a very nice, really nice laid-back underjaw, which was something Walter was lacking. So I felt like she was gonna give me that on her puppy. So I only did 1 inbreeding, and I don't right now. I did the breeding that I did with Gray and Pepita. She's a Walter daughter of a Macrema, and Gray is a Walter half brother, so it's like niece to uncle.
Yeah.
A good breeding.
Yeah.
Some of the best breeding.
Yeah, that's not too tight at all. That's that's good.
So this is what I'm trying to do, trying to incorporate, because my dog was lacking the underjaw, the French underjaw up, like coming up like a bulldog.
Yeah.
So Walter didn't have that. He had it, but he needed help in that department.
Yeah, I needed to be a little stronger.
when I bred his daughters, I used studs from Chris. They had a really good underjaw to, you know, incorporate it in my program because you can't be kennel blind. You have to
Yeah.
know what is your weakness and your strongs and,
Mm-hmm.
work with it. So that's what we did. Most likely, this is what I'm doing. That's what I kept 3-4 studs that carry good underjaw to bring back to my females.
Nice.
Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome. You got to breed with purpose. That's another thing that gets reiterated that, it's very important.
Yes.
Go ahead.
Absolutely.
Now Adam asked a question, and we do typically ask this, but do you put more of an importance on genotype versus phenotype?
Well, you gotta understand, you can't have one with the other. These things go together.
Rhetorical questions as always, Adam.
I mean, you can't go just by pedigrees.
Yeah.
I mean, you have to find a middle ground, and
Yeah.
that's what we do.
Absolutely.
Perfect.
The dog.
Yeah, I always agree.
Yeah. The dog in front of you's got to match the pedigree.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah. I mean, I believe that the dog in front of you is very important because he can be a shitty dog. I'm not breeding to a shitty dog. If he looks like shit, we're not breeding. So it has to go together. Makes any sense? He can
yes.
have an amazing pedigree, but if he looks like shit, we're not breeding.
That's right.
Oh, absolutely not. Absolutely
It
not.
has to go hand with hand. You have to look good, and your pedigree has to look good, and we're gonna put it together. But
Okay.
I can't just be just out of one thing.
Yeah.
Yep, absolutely. Yeah, I mean, it's one of those things where you should, you should be putting in the research. And I mean, there are some dogs where the dog itself looks great, but if you look at like the pedigree, like
And
in,
it's too
in visual aspect, I'm not talking about names, but visual aspect, some of those parents are,
because if you say, for example, you have a nice dog, right?
Mhm.
Very nice dog that carries mass, beautiful top line, everything, and you see the pedigree is scattered completely. So that dog that how do the brothers and sisters look like? Because he could be a fluke.
Mm.
Yeah.
Exactly. Look at the consistency in its own litter.
Yeah.
Yep.
He could be a fluke, and he could look good, and he never ever will produce you nothing.
Nope. All that recessive shit's gonna come out popping. It's like, what is this?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm
Like,
happy
where did
about
this
that. I
come
know
from?
things too.
Came from that grandparent. That's what it came from. What the hell?
So that's what happened. You see this nice dog, and you see the pedigree, and it's all over the place. I'm not breeding to that.
Yeah.
I breed to dogs that are tightly bred.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Oh, absolutely.
I agree. All right. So back to the question though, with the grand champions, and I love your program. I love the champion grand champion. Your training record. So once you make your decision, your pick, when do you start training? Well, like at what week and
I can
what?
6 weeks old, they're in the table.
Yeah.
By the time they're 8 weeks, I can go on a class and beat some dogs that are probably a year old.
Damn.
God.
Hey, you know what though? It works. Like I said, I mean, you see the vibe.
I
Yeah.
promised myself that I was going to free stack. So we're working every day. I don't touch my dog. If we're going to ring, they're going to do what they got to do, and I don't even have to touch the dog.
And she doesn't. That's what's wild to me. Every once in a while, she'll have like a little correction here or there, but otherwise, she'll just be walking, and she'll just stop, and they'll stop, and they're beautifully free stacked. I'm like,
It's a lot of work, though. I mean, people think it's easy. Oh, you just go there and they there. See,
you make it look effortless.
it's not. It's very hard. It's a lot of work. It's every day, even when I don't feel good, even when it's raining, it's hot, it's cold, I find a way to walk the dog because walking the dog in a leash is your number one thing.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's when you bound with your dog. Walking your dogs on the lead is the first thing you need to learn as a handler. Go outside with your dog and walk. Create that connection. Bring some treats with you and just walk your dog up and down and have fun with your dog. Don't make it Don't make it miserable for the dog.
Yeah.
It's to have fun. My dog, listen, if I take a lead out, my house go bananas. Everybody wants to go out. This is how much my dogs enjoy working.
Yeah.
They get the best treats. They get chicken. They get steak. They get to be outside running around. So training, walking the dogs is your main thing. You know, teach him how to walk in the lead, and then free stacking. You know, just it's body language. So dogs learn faster with your body than they do with your mouth.
Mm.
So you're talking to your dog, it doesn't work as fast when you do movements. So they're looking at your body.
Yeah.
So when you free stack, it's all body work. So, you know, moving forward, moving backwards, teaching them to stay, and then moving backwards and moving forward, and they learn the position, their legs, and they get reward. So when we train, I don't say nothing. I don't say, hey, come here. No, it's a silent training, you know?
That's wild. That's nuts. Because again, you make it look so easy, and they just do it for you.
If you try it yourself and quiet down a little bit when you train, you'll see more results in the dogs than when you just being really loud with the dog or using force, like stacking and being hard and rough with the dogs. It doesn't work. Like when I see people like in the ring, they pulling on the damn lead so hard, the poor dog is choking. Like, don't you see that?
Yeah.
I be like, no, loose. Let that lead loose.
No.
Let the dog walk, because if you keep it loose, the dog will tend to put the head up. But if you choking the dog is gonna go like this because you are pulling on his neck. Hey, what do I?
Oh,
Do I know?
But it's something that you need to learn if trying to train your dog. And I always welcome everybody that want to train the dog, want to come and practice with me. I'm no professional handler. I just do things my way, but it has worked. And I know maybe a few things that can help somebody to do a better job, showcasing their dog.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Yeah, I just it's funny. I just watch you in the ring, and you again.
My English is so bad. I was so traumatized about talking in public because everybody's like, your accent is just horrible.
No.
Oh, not at all. Not even remotely. Like, no, nope. I've picked up everything you've been putting down. Thank you.
And people are gonna be making fun of me.
Oh, this is great.
Huh.
Hey, you're putting a lot of information out there. Some really good stuff.
Oh, absolutely.
oh yeah.
Now, so you said your dogs get like the best treats and whatnot, like the chicken and the whatnot. Like as far as their actual diet is concerned, what kind of what's their regular diet look like?
All my dogs eat ProPlan. I spend buku money on dogs. I mean, it has worked for me. A bag costs me $100, and I go 2 bags a week.
Yeah.
A lot of money.
I'd say so. Woo.
But I feel like if I change it to a lesser quality, my dogs won't look, it won't hold.
Yeah.
I just want to mess them up, I mean?
Yeah, working. Don't change it at all.
I know, and a lot of people say, oh, that's so expensive. You can breed and give them a lesser quality of dog food and this and that. But if it's not broken, why fix it?
Yeah, there might be lesser quality of dogs if you change the food.
So I just feed ProPlan, and I'm about to put them on raw.
Yeah.
Yes. I have a pie that it has haspa that I have heard from different breeders that putting him on raw will cut all the stuff out.
Yeah.
Pie dogs, they have skin issues, and I didn't know, he's my first pie. So I'm learning as I go. So I'm willing to put him on a raw to see if he improves.
Gotcha. I didn't know that about pie balls. I knew that like
My
eyelids and
my cream
whatnot, but
problems. My cream have no. It's the pie. The pie is the only one that has kidney issues. And my bullies, none of my bullies have skin issues. I don't suffer from no allergies from my bullies, which is because that itself is a nightmare.
Yeah. So are you just changing that one to the raw?
Yes.
That's how we.
For now, just one.
Yeah.
Because I don't want to
I'm.
put $10 raw and have diarrhea for
Yeah.
a month. It's a lot of cleaning. So we'll do one at a time and see how it goes, and then we'll add another
Yeah.
dose to it.
Yeah. I'm interested to see how they respond to it, and hopefully that'll help with the the skin issues and things like
Yes.
that.
Yes. I mean, everything happens in the stomach, in the gut.
Yeah.
All the immune system, skin issues, tears in the eyes, everything happens in the stomach. So if we can fix the problem from the inside out,
Yes.
it's better than, shampoos and pills and what's the name of this pill that you have to give it for life? It's the name of that pill. I can remember. It's like for allergies, that blocks something in the brain where they don't react to it.
oh, I can't remember, but I know the one you're talking about,
You
but
gotta give it
its name
that,
escapes me.
like, I don't want to do that. I mean, that can't be good for the liver. I mean, it's too much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm adding probiotics and a raw because raw is supposed to be the best, right?
Yeah.
I mean, all the nutrition,
Absolutely.
it's no fillers, it's none of that. You'll get, vegetables and fruits, and add, oils like, fish oil and stuff if it's needed to, but we'll see. I have faith.
Yeah.
So do you have you been making that, or have you done it yet?
No, I just got it today.
Oh.
When you called me, I was
That's
just
okay. I thought I heard you say that right, and I was like, I don't want to make any assumptions if that's what I thought I heard. Because I can't remember. You're in the Jacksonville area?
yes, we're in Jacksonville.
Gotcha. Okay. Because I was about to say if you were closer to like
Closer.
yeah,
Yeah.
if you're closer to like the Bruton, Pensacola, like in that general kind of cluster of area. We have John Ty Brown. Yeah,
Oh yeah,
he has a hell of a raw program.
Really?
Very, very good. So,
yeah.
but yeah, definitely something to look at, and just in case. But
Hey, it ain't.
somebody asked how many.
All my
Hey, it ain't the cheap raw either. He does, got analysis and
yeah,
everything. So it's like it's straight legit raw,
yeah.
So he's
Thanks.
Yeah, 88. Like yeah. Oh yeah. But I forgot to ask you. So we know how many grand champions and champions you have, but how many dogs overall do you have at your house?
I have dogs.
Oh
you don't
yeah.
want to give us a number. You don't want to give us a number. You know what that means.
I have dogs. Double digits.
Yeah.
Double digits. Yes.
Double
So,
digits.
so just American Bully, Shorty Bull, Frenchies, and I say just because I know we talked about those three. Is there any other breeds that you have?
I have a dog that is a mutt.
Aw.
That is first dog that we got. Like he's like 10.
Yeah.
Aw.
I used to have a Chihuahua, but he died last year, 16 years
Oh, I'm
old.
sorry.
Man, I'm sorry about your loss.
But
16.
he kicked it for a long time. Trust me,
That's a good life.
all over the world.
Yeah. Hey, I want to ask you a question too. You've been so successful with your grand champion and champions. How important do you think it is to have that more senior dog that kind of shows the others like what to do, how to maneuver, how to listen, things like that? Kind of like an example.
Dog. They're assholes.
Yeah.
You can never train.
Oh, I love how truthful that is.
They will
Yeah.
hit your floor that they don't feel like it. You yell at them and they will piss on the water bowl. They will go and piss on somebody else's bed. They will pee on somebody while they're peeing. They will check. No.
Why you gotta be so mean?
With the bullies, yes. But bullies are good. But bullies, my older bullies teach the younger bullies.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, no, there's some good habits and some bad habits that I've watched my dogs teach one another as they came in. I was like, out of all of the things,
You know, I remember I have
that's
grandma
it.
here. You know, I have grandma, daughters, granddaughters, great granddaughters, I have 4 generations. And my females are amazing. They're free whelp. They don't need C-sections. They raise the litter by
Wow.
themselves. I never touch them. I mean, my blue litter, she did everything. I slept. I didn't do the 2 hour feeding shit.
You didn't have to.
I was sleeping. I woke up and okay, good. I'm keep sleeping. She was great.
Damn. Team No Sleep over there. How many litters do you have on the ground right now there, Caleb?
3.
I feel sorry for you. I mean, you go through C-sections, then you'll have a lot of issues. My dogs don't go through issues because they free whelp, you know?
Yes,
Mhm.
that was surprising to hear. You said
Automatically, they know who the puppy sees. They know not to lay on them. They know to lay down and feed them. I mean, if my female lays down one time and she stays like that the whole night, I know she's not gonna get up and lay on the puppies because she just lays there and sleeps and let the puppies nurse through the night. And I
Damn.
just let the puppies nurse as much as they want forever until she say no more. Hey,
We feel sorry for you, Caleb.
yes. Oh, hey.
It's even
my
worse.
girls,
You
you know,
got
my girls are standard size. My girls are big
yeah,
girls. If I were to have pockets, you know, like small
yeah,
bullies, they couldn't have puppies normally, then I probably would have to be like checking on them because the C-section and stuff. But
yeah,
I always liked it that my girls were big, you know, 85 pounds females, where they just push the puppies and
yeah. Oh yeah, natural birth is always it's always better in that regard too. Because I also sometimes feel it takes. I don't know why it just to me logically I think it makes it easier for them to acknowledge the puppies when they
you know, everything kicks in on time and they don't have that drop on calcium so bad where
yeah
they bite or try to attack the puppies. And all of that comes naturally, even though I supplement with calcium, even though they're natural whelp.
yeah
Uh, my girls are nice, mental, stable, so they're very well rounded around the puppies.
Yeah.
yeah. I don't. You know, the one thing we never really introduced you with was your actual kennel's name.
It's CJBK.
See, what does the
C,
what does the CJ stand for?
uh, Christina and John Kennel Club.
Love it. I love it. Okay. Did everybody hear that? So somebody had asked about it. I was like, oh shoot! Like I
Yeah.
remember, it was the one thing that I didn't intro you with. I was like, oh man, I suck at this. That's it. I quit.
Abbreviations for our names.
Nice. I like that. Yeah.
That's the best way to remember it too.
Yeah.
Now I don't know. Have I ever met John at any of these events? Because I know obviously I've seen you at every event I've ever been to in my life, but like I don't know if I've ever seen John at any of
I
them.
mean, somebody has to stay home and and watch the dogs. And he's great with the dogs. You know, he takes care of the dogs.
Yeah.
He knows exactly how I like things to be done with the dogs. Even though I write it down and put a list on, make sure this
You
one, you
still
know,
do?
medicine is for this much, and put the pill next to their name, and because I'm OCD about it. But he knows how clean I like things to be, and it works.
That's
You need a partner to help you out through your kennels because you can't do it by yourself.
yeah. Teamwork. Shout out to John.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I know
He cares.
that.
He cares
Yeah,
for the dogs. He cares. He cares.
that's good. No, that's
He
good.
know nothing about breeding. He know nothing about where, who. He just knows their name and their Frenchies and their bullies, but he has no clue about no pedigrees or none of that. That's
My
my
yeah, my man neither. He knows nothing about it. Like I'll come home and I'll start talking about the show I just went to, and he's just like, yes, honey, yes, dear.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Like he'll just sit there and nod his head. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Okay. Oh, that bitch. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Like he just doesn't.
He was with me, and I think it was a Jacksonville show, and I had all my dogs there. I brought like, because I'm here in Jacksonville, so I brought like 10 dogs. I mean, it was, my food was packed, and you see all these people coming to the booth, and everybody's talking to him. You think anybody asked me a question? Nobody look at me, and he's like, well, they think you're the owner, so you think you're the breeder because I'm a woman, you're a man. So everybody asking him who the dogs were, and he was like, I don't know nothing. She is the owner of the dogs. She's the
I
one.
love that I love that he handed that over. It's like, I don't know why you're talking to me. That's the boss right there. You got to go talk to her.
Yes.
Oh yeah. No, Matt doesn't even come to any, like he's never been to any of the shows. Like he has no idea like what they're like. I mean, he can sit there and watch the lives all he wants, which he doesn't. I
I don't care.
But
Yeah,
he could care less. They could be couch potatoes. He doesn't even know why I do this.
He pays for the big bills. This is just my.
Yeah, at this point it's like that is all me. He gives them loves and scritches and feeds them, the ones that I don't take with me when I go. Like that's what he does. That's his job. That's his job.
That's how
Yeah.
we do it.
It helps. It does help. Sometimes I don't want to take all the dogs with me.
I pay people to come over and take care of my dogs whenever I needed to.
Yeah.
I mean, we have to do what we have to do, and if I know somebody that is worthy to come and take care of my dogs, and I know it's not gonna. I mean, I got cameras, right? But I have to trust whoever can take care of the dogs, and I only have a few people, like Tammy and Heather are just the only two people that has ever come and take care of my dogs, that I can say they know who is who, they know all my dogs' name and who goes out with who, so I know.
Double digits of them.
Yes.
I remember, like, you've done this a couple times. You've posted a video of you actually cleaning, because you have that large room where you keep several of them, and watching you actually, like, you'll post videos of you going through the cleaning process.
It's hard. It's a lot of work.
Yeah.
That's a shit ton of work, girl. I can't. It's a lot of, like, moving kennels, putting one back, moving the next one, putting it back, scrubbing the wall, scrubbing the floor, scrubbing the ceilings. It's like, oh my God.
People think you have dogs, and it's that, okay, you have dogs. It's dogs maintenance is, you have to keep them clean. You have to make sure your dogs get a good diet. You got to make sure that everybody's well taken care of. They need to go to the vet. You have to get up your ass and go to the vet. Every time I have to get to the vet, I have to get up 2 hours early to be able to make it to the vet, because my chores is, it takes me 3-4 hours in the morning to finish just the morning part, and then you got to do it all over again in the afternoon. And you got to do it again at night, because you got to let them out one more time before they go to bed.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Now, do you feed your dogs twice a day or once a day?
Some of them eat once and some of them eat twice, depending on the needs, If they're showing, they probably eat twice a day. If they're not showing and they're just fat, they eat once. I mean, you got some dogs, they are
be real, man. You gotta be real. They ain't showing and they fat once a day.
So those fat dogs get to eat only once a day. And the skinny ones get to eat twice a day. So depending on dogs.
So
you know what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah.
You have that fat dog that you hardly feed and fat for no reason.
Yeah, my old pit rescue. She just, man, what a tub of love. Like she's got these. I don't think she's.
I was asked, is she pregnant in the ring? By multiple judges. I said,
no, she's fat. Thanks for bringing it up.
Yeah.
She's super sensitive about it. I can't believe you had the nerve.
And you put it on a diet, and it's really hard to lose the weight. I mean, I have some dogs that genetically they just.
That's where all of it right here. Well, I think my rescue, like I don't think she's all pit. I think she's probably, to be honest with you, I think she's probably even a little bit boxer. And the only reason I think that is because she has these long, skinny legs. She's got that barreled chest with the high tuck. So maybe she's part sight hound. I don't know. But either way, though, that tuck disappears. Like, and she just turns into a barrel with like toothpicks for legs. And it's the silliest looking thing ever. So I have to like really ration her, and she hates me for it. She
I have a
hates me.
dog that eats green beans at night because she be hungry, you know. I mean, she be acting starving, but green beans carries no calories, full of fiber. So you can give your dogs green beans. It won't make them fat, but it will fill them, and it's good for the poop. So,
Is it like raw or cooked green beans?
no. I boil them. I mean, you know, like you eat them like regular.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't give it completely raw. Just put it on the stove for like 3 minutes, and she loved them. You put a little bacon on top, like how you make it yourself, and then give them
A little bit of fat on there. The fat the fat that she's fat with. He was like, here, have this fat on this.
No, because
on
green
this
beans,
fiber.
it's a good filler. I mean, it's healthy.
I'm sure. Absolutely, it's got to be. And besides, a lot of people don't think about it, but like the fat content is like really important. It's really important. You can't completely cut it out. That's just not healthy. Which ain't nobody pointing elbows. What? I don't even know what that means.
So what you guys breed besides bullies? Anybody else breed Frenchies or any other breed besides bullies?
Just American
Not me.
Bully.
You get another breed.
Yeah.
You get one.
It don't stop,
It's a day.
huh? Here comes Bruce's train.
Yeah. So this Christina is why I call him two trains. Is because literally, like, they're just randomly every single time in our lives, like you'll hear trains in the background. We're like, trains.
Hey, Christina, before we get off, I just want to let you know, you were saying that, being a woman in a male dominant, breeding program, like, you definitely earned your flowers, and that's amazing what you've done. Love your program. I love how honest you've been this entire show. I thank you, from all of us, and personally, thank you for everything that you brought tonight. Really, really good show. And man, you're very blunt with everything, but you're very educated, and you just bring education to it. So thank you. You've done some incredible things in your 10 years, and a lot of great things to come, I'm sure. Look at your selected breedings.
Yes. Thank you for having me and understanding my broken English.
It's been great.
No, you are way too
sound great.
modest and way too humble. No one had any issue whatsoever understanding anything that you said, girl. You were solid.
Yeah, looking in the comments, everyone's loving what you're bringing tonight. So seriously, thank you for everything that you've done in the bully community, the Frenchie community, just the ABKC community, and just tonight as well.
Thank you, guys. Appreciate you.
Absolutely.
All right. Well, thank you again for coming on. I'll see you at the next show.
We'll see you in North Carolina.
All right.
Hey, y'all.
Good
Good night, guys.
Bye.
All right.
Everybody.